Alright guys, so today we are going to multiply two two-digit numbers using an area model. So today you should be on lesson 35. This is the problem set. Okay, we're going to look at 20 times 22. Now we're going to be multiplying by multiples of 10 today, so our area models are going to have one row and two columns. So I'm going to start by labeling my area model, and then we'll get to what we're going to do with this over here. So I have 20, so I'm going to put my 20, my multiple of 10, on the side with one row, because we know what to do with multiples of 10. We have those place value patterns to help us, so we're just going to put that 20 over here. And then my 22 is what I'm going to break apart by place value into these two columns that I have here. Oop, they got blurry. Sorry guys. See if we're better. There we go. So 22, that's going to be 20 and 2. Okay. Now, just like we did with our area models back several weeks ago, we're now going to multiply what we see here. So if you need to put your reminder right there, go ahead and do that. So in this big large box here, I'm going to have 20 times 20. Okay, and then over here in the smaller box, I'm going to have 20 times 2. Okay. So now I have 20 times 20 and 20 times 2. I'm going to use the patterns that I know about place value to solve these. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then I have 2 zeros in my factors. So I'm going to have 2 zeros in my product as well. So that partial product, that part to my area model, is going to be 400. And then here, again, I have 2 times 2, which is 4. I have 1 zero in my factors this time, so I'm only going to have 1 0 in my product. Okay? And then now I have these spaces over here. Over here I need to record those partial products so that I can now add them together. So I'm going to have my 400 and my 40. And I can then add them together. So 0 plus 0 is of course 0. 4 plus 4, or 4 plus 0, I'm sorry, is 4. And 4 plus nothing is 4. So that means that my product, my total product for 20 times 22 is 440. Okay? 440. Alright, so now let's go ahead and look down here at this next one. Alright, here we have 41 times 50. So we're going to do the same process. Okay, so, or we have 50 times 41, depending on what you look at. Either way, it's going to be the same problem. So again, we have this multiple of 10, 50. So I'm going to put my 50 over here on the side. My 41, again, I need to break 41 apart by place value. So I have a 4 in the tens place, which is 40. And then I have a 1 in the ones place, and that is 1. Sorry, we got blurry again. Okay. And so I'm going to have my 1 from the ones. Okay, so now I'm going to multiply. So again, your reminder right there. We're going to have 40 times 50 and 1 times 50. Okay, we're going to use those patterns we know. 4 times 5 is 20. And then I have 2 zeros in my factors. So I need to also add those 2 zeros to my product. So 40 times 50 is not going to be 200, it's going to be 2,000. Okay, and then 1 times 50 is, of course, 50. Alright, And then just like we did above, we're going to add those partial products together. So we're going to have 2,000 times 50. Now up here, I just put the larger on top and the smaller on bottom. But when we multiply, we always start with our smallest place value. And so really, this is let's get in the habit of not doing that. Really, the 50 times 1 is going to happen first. So I'm going to put that 50 on top. This will come into play tomorrow when we start the standard algorithm, and you'll see why that 50 is actually first. And then 2,000 will be below. And we're going to add those together, and we will get 2,050. So 50 times 41, or 41 times 50, however you look at it, that will be 2,500. That'll be your final product. Alright, we're going to do one last one together, and then I'm going to have you all do the problems on the back on your own. So let's go ahead and go down here to the next one. We have 60 times 73, or 73 times 60, however you want to look at it. Either way would be correct. We're going to label our multiple of 10 on the side. We're not breaking it apart. It's one solid number, so it's going to be one row. 60 is going to be one row. Then we're going to take that 73 and we're going to break it apart by place value. So I have a 7 in the tens place, which is going to be 70. And then I have a 3 in the ones place, which will be 3. Then we are going to multiply. So I'm putting my reminder right there on the corner. So I'm going to have 60 times 70 and 60 times 3. 60 times 70 and 60 times 3. So now I need to multiply. Again, I'm going to use those patterns that I know. So 6 times 7 is 42. And then I have 2 zeros in my factors, so I need to include those 2 zeros in my product as well. Alright, and then 60 times 3, again, use those tricks. 6 times 3 is 18. There's 1 zero in my factor, so I need 1 zero in my product. And again, the 60 times 3 is actually going to happen first when we do the standard algorithm, so we're going to get in the habit of putting that on top. So I'm going to have 180, and then I'm going to have 4,200, and I'm going to add those, there we go. I'm going to add those together. 0 plus 0 is 0, 8 plus 0 is 8, 2 plus 1 is 3, and 4 plus nothing is 4. So 73 times 60, or 60 times 73, will be 4,380. So with the area model, we're creating rectangles that can help us to decompose or break down the numbers that we're actually multiplying. So to break down our factors into more compatible numbers or easier numbers for us to work with. And so what you all are going to do for the rest of your time in the flipped classroom station is you're going to work on the problems on the back. You have 6 problems that ask you to use the area model. For 6, 7, 8, and 9, it asks you to visualize the area model. For us to visualize at this point in our learning, I do want you to go ahead and draw them out. Okay, in order for us to visualize them most effectively, I want you to draw them out. So again, on the back, and I'll show you guys, on the back up here, the directions tell you to draw an area model and then record the partial products vertically, which is what we did over here. We got blurry again. Which is what we did over here. When we recorded our partial products vertically, this is what it's talking about. So you're going to do those same things. You're going to have to draw your rectangles here and then record it on the side. Now down here, it asks you to visualize the area model. Well, in order for us to best visualize that area model, I do want you to go ahead and draw it. Okay, draw it, label it, and then record it vertically. Tomorrow when we do the standard algorithm, the vertical recording of your partial products will make a lot more sense. Okay, so just bear with me today, and I promise you it's going to make a lot more sense. One thing I do want to make sure that you're doing, when you choose the area model strategy, make sure that you record the product. A lot of you are great at decomposing your numbers and putting them into the area model, but I'm not getting a final product. So make sure that when you draw and label your area model, you then take these partial products and you add them together to get your product, okay? And so whether that means you do it like this, or you simply just add them together to the side, maybe something like this, 4,200 plus 180. Do something like this. If you do that to the side, that's fine too, if you are choosing the area model strategy, okay? But make sure that I get that answer. Alright, now for today, you should have an area model, and then you should record it vertically as you see here. Okay, so for the rest of your time, which will be about 9 minutes, I want you guys to work on those problem sets on the back. I want you to work on getting those done. Again, where it says to visualize the area model, I do want you to go ahead and draw the area model. If you need to go back and look at some of these problems that we did together again, that's okay. I'm fine with that. But make sure that you are attempting to get these problems done as well. I hope that we're using our time wisely and making sure that this problem set gets done. Okay, we will be taking the exit ticket. Oh, we're blurry again. Make sure that we're taking our time getting this done. We will be taking our exit ticket when the stations are rotated through. We will take it all together as a class. So don't worry about taking the attached exit ticket yet. Okay, I want you to focus your time and attention on getting these 6 problems done on your problem set. Okay, if you have any questions about the area model, go ahead and watch through another problem. And remember that you will be meeting with me at some point over the next couple of days, and we'll be able to discuss this further. Alright? Good luck. Alright? I hope that you're staying focused and getting your work done. Thanks, guys.